Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of me driving to work, talking into a camera for the time it takes me to drive to work, and for anybody else that wants to listen. So, for those of you that follow, obviously I was not at home this past weekend because I had no streams from home. Instead, I was out of town to go see my kids, make sure they're okay, make sure they're safe and all that stuff because their mother decided she wanted to go out of town, which is fine. You know, people are going to do what they're going to do. So I just got back yesterday. Now, I don't know that trip to Orlando, which is where they're living, from where I live, it's about 3.5 hours. Not a short trip, but it definitely felt longer going than it did coming back. Now, I know it doesn't really make any sense because in reality, it was pretty much the same distance going as coming back. But, just the feeling of time was less coming back than it was going there. And I think it has something to do with the anticipation of the trip going to a destination you don't often visit. Actually getting in the vehicle, making that trip, hopping in the car, making sure gas, your tire pressure is good, things of that nature. That prep work may feel longer than it actually is. But yeah, definitely the trip back felt shorter, even though distance-wise, there's no way it's humanly possible. So instead, I enjoyed the ride for what it was. Thankfully, for as long as the trip was, I didn't have to run into too many dummies, unlike how I run into here in the city. So that's always a good thing. No dummies. Yeah, I had a good time with them. Always driving me up and down the wall and back again. But that's their job. They're supposed to do that. Other than that, very uneventful. Rained up there. It's like it literally just rained down here a couple hours ago. But yeah, I'm back. So later this week, not only after tomorrow's driving to work, but also later on in the week, I will be on cam once again on my home unit, home PC. Live stream when we live stream and try to have some fun. It did make a little bit of a change. So the previous times, since I switched to Restream.io as my redistribution service for my live streams, part of their free program, you cannot stream directly to a let me see if I got the wording right on this, a Facebook company page or like a gaming page, or something that's separate from your personal Facebook account. You cannot. You can only stream to your personal Facebook account when streaming live. So, see that they offered the option to stream to Mob Crush, which is the service I used to have. So what I'm doing is basically a pass-through service. Stream.io streams to my YouTube, my personal Facebook page, Twitch, as well as makes postings to my Twitter and to my Discord channel, letting people know I'm online. But I also went a step further and have it streamed to a new Mob Crush account that I created, which from there then streams to the Black Hood Crew Facebook page, which if you don't follow, go do it. If you don't follow on the Discord, check my past videos for the Discord link. I'll see if I can find a way to get them here somewhere so that when I stream from the car, those same links become available to whoever wants to. Hell, dude, really? Serious? Anyway. So yes, by all means, I'm going to try and figure out how to get the links on here. But if you don't already, look at some of my past videos from home with all the nice graphics and stuff I have set up. Links are there for all of the places you're following now: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. The Discord link is there. It's all together. And you know, going forward, I'm going to continue to add more channels, try and widen my audience, get more people to jump on. And really, it's just come and watch, come and have a listen, come and enjoy yourself. As always, like and subscribe. Names above, below, comment. By all means, I see all of that. If you're on Discord, I have a Discord channel. I have a sub channel just for these live streams. Anything written there shows up here. And yeah, so by all means, if you feel like you want to get something out there, come on, say it. You know, let me know. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What can I do? What can I, you know, what don't you like? What do you like? You know, let me know. Because the only way I'll know, because obviously I can't hear you, is like, subscribe, comment, message, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Let me know what's going on. So as I'm making my way into traffic on a Monday morning, not too bad, but we'll see as the holidays approach how bad it's going to be, because holidays in South Florida are a thing. We'll see. The skies are looking pretty, like I did mention earlier. It did rain a couple hours ago. Can't really tell now by how everything looks, but I'm guessing the sun dry everything out. So it looks like it might rain again much later in the evening. If not, that's perfectly fine. In the meantime, we're just going to get to work nice and safe. Hope everybody is being safe out there as well, because it's getting crazy out there, which is per the usual, something we've talked about before. It's just trying to get around and just live your life, trying to be safe, decent, responsible human being, and some people are skirting that responsibility. But nothing we're going to talk about here because it's already been mentioned. We already know. So yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty uneventful drive. But we'll see. We already got, you know, had some genius in front of me who, you know, could have turned when he needed to turn, had plenty of time to do so, and even plenty of time for me to go, and chose to drag his feet. Thus, I had to wait. It looks like this new shopping center is starting to shape up, which is good, I guess, but it's a very weird place. The street I'm on right now, right where I am right now, actually curves heading east and west, and it changes literally from one street to another as the curve goes. But it's right in that curve where there used to be a shopping center. Excuse me. There used to be a shopping center where you had some of the usual South Florida staple, Publix, things that like that, little mini mall. Um, there was a Kmart there as well, an old Chinese food restaurant, Chinese buffet. There you go. That's the right word. Buffet. Um, but apparently they didn't get enough business to maintain a float. Honestly, because I never really saw anybody there driving by. Is it going to change with this particular iteration of this shopping center? I honestly don't know. Come on, dude, let's go. Is it going to change? I doubt it, simply because the location hasn't changed. Maybe because now they got new stores. I mean, the Publix is back. Kmart gone. That has not returned. They added smaller stores. If you ever seen how they are sometimes, and come on, dude, let's go. If you ever notice how some shopping centers have smaller stores or smaller strips of stores, 2 or 3 right next to each other, either closer to the street than the rest of the shopping center, or just off on their own little corner. So they have something like that set up here as well. But one of those locations is actually a Chick-fil-A. I don't know why Chick-fil-A is so popular, because A, the food is at best. It's not the greatest thing in the world. And B, they are bigoted as all hell. But that's the company, not the employees. The company is just, they're anti-gay because they're very pro Christianity and God and Jesus, and they beat their Bibles all day long. But that's something else. But apparently it's still very popular. I'm guessing the reason it's really popular is because their employees are, right from the get-go, very kind. I will give them that. They are very soft-spoken, very kind. They don't have the issues that other fast food chains might have with their employees, or anywhere really where you have a rude staff. Now, piggybacking off of that statement, nobody starts out rude. Nobody comes into work and says, I'm going to be the biggest pain in the butt I can. I'm going to be as rude as humanly possible. Nobody does that. People are driven to that point. People are pushed to that point. Yeah, nobody wants to be rude. I don't want to be rude. But if I need to be rude, it's because of something you did. Or the other person, not you specifically, but the other person, the client, the customer, the shopper. You're the ones that tend to come into stores and want to berate an employee over something they cannot control, over something that they have no power over. Company policies are not changed at the bottom, they're changed at the top. Do not confront and berate employees who are there on hourly wage, not getting paid enough to deal with you. Don't do it, because a lot of these people have more than one job, and maybe even the one that you're at is just a part-time job, something, make ends meet, or, they're in the process of putting money away for X, Y, Z, and maybe they don't actually need that job. So if you get cursed out by an employee, know full and well it's your own fault. You brought it on 100%. You had no business treating that employee that particular way. How I know? Because I used to be a retail employee way back when. I'm not going to say where I worked because they don't pay me now anyway. But yes, I've worked the retail sector. I've worked in a restaurant, I would say. Wasn't really fast food, but wasn't bad. And yeah, we don't go into work with the mentality of I'm going to be as rude as hell to every customer, or hey, I'm going to just pick one out and just tear into them for no reason. That's not how that works. If you have a hourly employee, somebody working in the retail sector, somebody working in fast food or restaurant, anything that nature, and you get cursed out by an employee of that establishment, know full and well you deserved it. In fact, you deserve to get smacked more than anything else. You know, you're making another person's life more difficult needlessly. You think I control companies? You think the hourly employees give a good anything, care at all about how you feel about a particular company? If it wasn't for the fact that they had to work to pay bills, take care of their families, make ends meet, they wouldn't want to deal with you. They wouldn't want to be doing what it is they're doing for work. But unfortunately, we need people in all these positions, whether it's fast food, whether it's in retail, whether it's working the fields that people refuse to do. There are jobs out there that are thankless at best and downright looked upon and ostracized at worst. But they need to be done. It is not all cupcakes and rainbows in a lot of these positions, whether it be people who clean up after spills, people who clean up crime scenes, people clean up after you in general, cleaning staff, whether you've hired one to clean your home or this is in a professional business. There's custodial staff in my own hospital. Great people, every last one of them. Never had an issue with any of them, all fantastic. But they do a very rough job. Maybe now more than ever thanks to this damn pandemic. But that's not, these people do a job that other people look down upon. At times don't even thank them for doing it because they just figure, oh, they're getting paid to do it. They don't have to do that job. They do it because, you know, the job needs to be done. Somebody's got to fill the role. And yeah, they're still getting paid to do it. But that still doesn't excuse the fact that they've made the conscious decision, the active to say, I'm going to do this job that nobody else wanted to do. And although they get paid to do it, it's still not a desired job. There are many, many, many positions out there that are like that. Jobs chosen, positions filled, by people who are making that active choice, that conscious decision that I'm going to do this. I'm going to get paid to do it, but I still have to do it. So nobody, regardless of how much they make per day, per week, per month, per year, no one has the right to look down at somebody who is working hard, who is fulfilling a role that needs to be filled, and even better, if they do it with a smile on their face, or at least a more positive demeanor. Because I've seen people who do nasty work, absolutely disgusting, nasty work, but they do it happily, and they enjoy, and some of them actually prefer to do it because they enjoy themselves. People not moving. Light's green and nobody's moving. So yeah, there are plenty of people there who enjoy their job, no matter how disgusting it is, no matter how ridiculous it may be at sometimes. Nobody has the right to tell any of those people that because of the job they do, they are lesser than others, lesser than they are. Okay, they may not make as much as you, but their job allows the world to function. So you have no right to tell them that they are anything less than essential. This past year and a half, almost 2 years with this stupid pandemic, do you think only healthcare workers were essential? God forbid the garbage man stops doing his job. Could you imagine if waste management here in South Florida just decided, you know what? Shut down the doors, fire all their staff. I've never seen another waste management company, another company that deals with our waste here in South Florida. I've only ever seen waste management. So could you imagine if they just stopped working? Everything would grind to an absolute halt. The amount of trash that would pile in the streets, dumpsters leading to the spread of Lord knows what. All because one position stopped doing their job. One. The domino effect that would fall behind, that would fall after that, would be catastrophic. Could you imagine if, say, the custodial staff at your job, wherever you may work, decided one day to just stop? Let's say you work in retail, shelves in dust, carpets haven't been vacuumed in months, unrecognized. Think about it. Your break rooms, trash overflowing, refrigerator cleaned, and we're not even going to get started on the restrooms. Yeah. Business would grind to a halt. People would refuse to come to work, which would then lead to other problems in that. So, to everyone out there who's even inkling about thinking about bad mouthing, degrading, or just be quiet, look down or think less of someone because of what they do, because of how much they make. Remember, those are the people that are actually making the world work. They're the ones that make the gears turn, this machine called life. They're the ones doing all the things that other people refuse to do. People do it. They enjoy it. They're still getting paid to do it, but they're still doing it. So I've just parked. As you can see, I took off the seatbelt. Remember, like, subscribe, comment as usual if you want, and be safe out there. And remember, be considerate of others regardless of what they do. You don't know their life. You don't know their struggles. Just treat people how you would want to be treated. Do unto others you want others to do unto you. And on that, we're going to cut it out. Have a good day. I'm going to try and do the same.